more magic damage. Vikla is not the type of player I associate with control mages and slow controlled gameplay and just kind of being a front-to-back AP carry type player.
Doran is now that guy, especially on... Okay, that's just first blood. Kellen's dead. Well, there was the interaction, Wolf. They just got back.
Yeah, well, this is a disaster now. It was...
Oh, God. Lehens is just not letting them go home. As there's the flash. Lehens might have bit off more than he can chew. Still burning down. But Gideon's over here. Raptor also turning up, but not actually able to affect the play. So Lehens is going to get scared off. Gio moving on over now as Gideon, a lot of health available, but they don't have control. A cocoon is up, and it lands onto the monkey. Repel out immediately as Kellen cannot find it, but they eventually will get that spider because what goes up must come down, and Gio is just going to dive on top of Diablo. There it is. Flashes into the brush.
The Kaisa picks up an additional kill. Last time around, it was just Lehens who got that one, so... Or, sorry, the
By this steadfast presence as Kellen will be able to clear out that ward, and now Raptor able to slink in unbeknownst.
It's tough to dive this Mbessa with flash and ult.
Oh, but Gideon's coming in. Oh no, the Wukong gets trapped in the prison, but Kingan's still likely to go down. The public execution is unfortunately seen by anyone, and BNK, they get out of the woods, but that was very funny at the beginning of that fight.
I feel like that still wasn't like the right move from BNK, but they got lucky, okay? Kingan's a little bit too far away from the turret. Fisher is going to be fine here. We'll get out no problem. And now Raptor is going to be able to, looks like, take this blue buff away, although.
Yep, ulti comes on through as another dive and another death as the repel gets him out of there. Fisher going to be flashing. That's the right flash, however, not going to be good enough as Vikla going to get it there.
So, things are just, we're not done.
I've seen this movie before, as Kingan not going to find the ulti once again, but this time he's not dead. Dashing around, will be able to grab himself a shield as he makes his way southward, but Raptor is going to be there. The smite comes in. Good flash, and Kingan! Woohoo!
And Raptor will just have to leave. He is Wukong, so he doesn't have to flash or anything like that, but they get nothing on the map.
Oh man, and this is also 6 grubs going over to an Mbessa composition. Not to mention that, you know, Aurora actually does decently well in the side lane with, you know, how Gideon is going to be on this ward. I feel like we've been waiting for some replays for a while, but we can't get to them because there's just action all over the place. And Kellen is also just going to get prisoned, and now he's in trouble. The Cocoon point-blank range onto Raptor as he throws down the Cyclone, but Lehens is going to find him. Still, the second Cyclone's going to take out the Elise. Keeper's verdict says no.
Gideon catches Kellen. And then look at the Cocoon swap here onto Raptor, but he still gets the Cyclone off and he can flash over the wall. And then Lehens goes to chase him, but gets hit by the second part of the Cyclone. And then Kellen has the steadfast, or not the steadfast, the Keeper's verdict.
The Kraken Slayer if they want a bit more physical damage, but Yuntal is a new one, has been buffed on this patch. Is now Fisher looking to try and survive here. That is a Narnian ultimate from Gideon and a very dead Fisher, but still, Poppy's going to be on the floor, so one wants to stop Kingan from being able to get in here, but the public execution is a real dangerous one. Raptor just walks in and it's a highway robbery. Kingan, can you find an angle as Kingan's just going to move him out of there, but he's going to be dying. Raptor now going to get imprisoned, and he is the one that drew the short straw as he doesn't get over the wall there. Not quite an option.
Kellen, they end up winning the fight swimmingly, but don't end up stopping the smite from going over as Kellen.
Ooh, yeah, Lehens going to just say, all right, well, if this is the situation, I will try and offer some damage back. Kingan moves up. They're not able to actually kill this pesky spider as, Lehens, that was so cute. Going to stop him from being able to take him down by blast coning him away. And now the permafrost comes in. Kellen just going to get wrathed by the winter and will be taken down where he stands. This Poppy not necessarily working out for BNK thus far, but that was very sad for Kellen.
Yeah, really nice move there by Lehens to kind of just isolate him there, blast cone him into oblivion.
Is it crazy, but I think that Lehens is POM so far.
I think so.
He's my front runner. I know it's a 3-0-3 Zyra's public execution onto Vikla. He's going to have to flash, but that's not going to get him away from this Mbessa. Raptor chasing him down. Clear is going to very awkwardly teleport in, but will be able to grab a kill onto this Mbessa. Repel gets Lehens out of there, and Diablo now just standing awkwardly behind the turret. Raptor is going to move in, and the Cocoon is going to miss. And that will mean that Diablo takes down the Spider. BNK, they managed to grab that one, as now Kellen's dead again. Gio going to collect another kill, and he's continuing to push here in this mid lane.
They have 6 grubs, so I mean, the push of the Xayah
still got the cleanse.
Yeah,
regardless of whether it went completely the wrong direction or not.
Yeah.
So can Raptor get the steal? That's the question, because you cannot fight them after they get this buff. Keeper's Verdict comes down, but it's too late. The Cocoon is going to block Kellen there as well as the public execution. Oh no, insult, meet, injury, as BNK not only lose Otacon, but they also lose both their jungle and support. And Nongshim are going to be able to continue pushing with an inability to die.
Yeah, no, this is that is probably the straw that breaks the camel's back here for BNK.
And this camel was already walking with rickety knees, Wolf.
I thought maybe we could see it in a fair fight, BNK stand up to Nongshim, but it's just not going to happen anymore. And the funny part about it is both of the solo laners were just not involved in that exchange at all. Like, Clear went for a Hex Gate flank on this Jace, tank Jace. He's like, maybe I can get it done. You can see Vikla on the minimap when you'll be able to look at it if we have a replay. He's like, I got
Clear is going to take a bunch of damage here from King and shields up most of it. And we'll continue to try and get some pressure down as there's the public execution. Clear manages to go to the skies, and speaking of to the skies, Keeper's Verdict sends away the Ambessa, but they're continuing to fight here. Oh, Jiwoo! That's that killer instinct we wanted to see! 2 kills ripped away from BNK, and then he just withdraws, goes back home as Fisher, now it's his turn to pop off underneath the inhibitor turret, and now it's just Vikla left standing. That is some Otacon value if ever I've seen it.
It certainly is. A bit less enthusiastic about, but everything up until that was pretty great.
Well, Lehens has found Vikla, and there's another Cocoon. God, this guy is very good at support at least. It's like he's been playing it for like 11 years. As Nongshim continuing to push forward. Lehens as well, like in a lead. Yeah, finds that one with that ward over the wall. And Diablo takes 50% of his health bar. There goes the inhibitor turret. And Nongshim, I mean, their wallets are so incredibly huge. They are just kind of dropping it on them now. But still, they're doing it with style.
I mean, he's got Storm Surge and an Arm Guard and a needlessly large rod. He has so much money.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the world champ difference right there. It doesn't have to be just Wolf Flick that has it. As now Nongshim push in the mid lane. They're going to take another inhibitor. And this game is basically over, Wolf.
Yeah, I think
the fact that like he's getting a bunch of money early and how that's not a good thing, I'm kind of feeling like maybe it is. As the first Cocoon is going to miss there, and that might spell the end of Lehens. He repels, Raptor is burning, and Elise just flashes away. Lehens he just walks. He's got those tap dancing shoes on, and he's feeling good about it as Jiwoo throws out the Feather Storm. That stops Diablo from killing him for a while. Does mean that he does go down, but BNK, I don't think they're winning this one. Public execution just for fun, but Kingen gets that shield, stays alive, and Gideon is never going to die again this game. His health bar is too big, and Fisher is done.
Stop the Baron. That's the good news.
Hey, nailed it. There you go.
The bad news is you did not stop a 6-scrub Aurora from wiping out majority of this Nexus turret. You see Kingen's got the teleport in as well, and they are looking to end this one right here, right now.
Yeah, that is game 1 in the books here for Nongshim. Probably the most cathartic game for any Nongshim fan. If you are a Noodle Boys enthusiast, this is a good sign for things to come, because this is Jiwoo looking back on form. This is Fisher finding some angles. Gideon looking really, really good. Man, this is...
I mean, look...
Oh, okay, there's the Shen. Lehens is just is just letting us know. By the way, I'm the Shen guy too. I was expecting Shen or Yuumi, because both of them can just drop down with the Galio.
On the cross map here, you see Kellen wrapping around. He's level 3 though, and that's a Camille.
The problem is that with a Galio, he can always just be there. I feel like it's a bit of a cheat code here for Nongshim. And like when Lehens hits level... Oh god, Lehens. Kellen is going to be able to sweep him. So there we go, but Lehens once more. There's the Shadow Dash flash! And they all pile on top of Raptor. He's taken down Diablo. Gonna have to cleanse as Kingen says, you're not taking part in this fight. And it should be 3 grubs going over to Nongshim as well. They'll take the first blood at the same time.
And they didn't have to use the Hextech ultimatum. They didn't have to use the Galio ult.
Yeah, they've still got that combo of buttons as Clear wants to try and do something. Lehens just going to...
The gold lead basically is actually a deficit compositionally for BNK. They need more. They need a bigger advantage. So starting these grubs, they do have prio. They're down on grubs. They need these so desperately. But we can start to see some R buttons pressed here for Nongshim if they can group up.
Yep, Fisher, not too worried about what Clear's doing right now, but the grubs are still being fought by Gideon.
They lost control.
Yeah, they did lose control. I was going to say, I was pretty sure it was a blue health bar that was over there. So it's going to be 5 grubs, but no feat of strength to be picked up here for Nongshim. The denial does come in from
great late game. Well, not if he's dead, and I am concerned he will not be alive.
Well, here's a Stand United, ladies and gentlemen. This is what this composition does. It CCs you and kills you.
Yeah, and we do see BNK are going to take this dragon, so it's a win for them. Teleport does come over to the top side as we see clear return.
Man,
in return, Kingen is trying to do the same thing, but there's a lot of defensive members of BNK down there to stop that from happening. Teleport will not be canceled, but it doesn't save the turret either.
No, it doesn't. And in fact, there's a new turret, and it's not the one of Fishes. So a very confusing little array of plays as the Gargoyle is sort of like a ragdoll, but is going to survive because he does have a lot of health. But otherwise, still going to lose the turret, lose that feat of strength as well as BNK are able to lock that one down. But 1 kill and 1 objective, and Nongshim have the sandals.
Yeah, so it's a big win here for BNK. And we get to these next 2 objectives. I mean, they get the Herald out of this as well. And BNK definitely have a real fighting chance to actually defending the bottom turret there. This is a really good map play here for BNK, and they lose a dragon for this, but I don't think they care.
Well, that is going to be the taunt coming down. Clear should be able to get rid of this turret, but it takes so long. Clear will be taken down there in the Thunderdome now. Justice Punch is served to Raptor, but he is going to be able to make it out with the Vault Breaker. Vikla with a defensive ultimate, but Lahens just shadow dashes him, and no Sun to be on the top side of the map as he does appear. I assume it's Voracious. As Lahens, I mean, all good things must come to an end, right? And so he will be taken down. Not quite sure what he was really doing there, as Diablo's going to be able to take down this turret. Because he just used it to get out of the way of right here where he wants to be. As now Kingen looking for an opportunity. Stands United comes down. Emperor's Divide does absolutely nothing. And down goes Raptor. Kellen, not sure what he's doing as I look back towards the rest of the fight. Hookshot, not going to get Vikla, but now he's out of the fight as well. Clear, standing in amongst it, but none of his friends are around. And Nongshim just going one after the other. And Clear survives for way longer.
The Otacon is way more important here. Vikla whiffing that ultimate is so massive. I think if he had saved it there and had at least hit Lahens, but like he had actually gotten a high value setup there, maybe they could have actually stopped that objective. But man, I was talking about how they had such good tempo, and they threw it all away. I mean, Vikla having to teleport to escape here just guarantees Otacon goes over. And yeah, this is kind of a disaster. Kingen has the shield, the ult here doesn't hit anybody. And a lot of teams would have actually just gone over there and tried to stop them. But he was like, it's too risky. We're just going to get the mid-inner and back away. Someone's going to have to face check. And, I mean, you have no information to set up a combo. Kellen has to be the guy.
Well, they do have information on where Kingen is, but Kellen is still likely to die. Gets the Magnet Storm off as now Gideon with that Crescent Guard trying to keep himself safe. Heroic entrance going to bring Fisher over there. The Winds of War as well. As Clear's going to go down. There's a beautiful taunt. Yeah, Misfortune can't play the game. That was never going to be a thing. Raptor trying to flash, but it's a triple for Jiwoo, and he's even going to let the Vi live.
This one, but also the follow-up was very late. And then obviously with all of the tools that Nongshim had that we've been talking about all game long, they just crushed the fight.
And they've got a million. Looks to take down his first inner turret on this top side. Kellen once again out of position, and no way that you can be walking around trying to get vision at this stage of the game.
And for the BNK FearX, this is great news. You know, I mean, they're looking at potentially just getting into play-ins here off of Nongshim.
Yeah. You want to be higher in the standings. You don't want to be one of the teams that is struggling in the bottom 5. Oh my god! Diablo just explodes! Emperor's Divide does manage to get some damage back, but look at this! Nongshim say thanks for the engage angle and just obliterate them! I mean, the wallets were heavy, but I didn't know that their knees were this weak and their palms were this sweaty, Wolf.
Yeah. Kingen, I think he's in danger, but not, maybe I'm wrong, because he's Camille.
Yeah, well, Kingen is just going to give him a thumbs up. Fisher is going to knock them all up. He goes golden as well, just to show how cool he is, and then he dies. That is going to be Raptor, at least keeping him honest. But in the meantime, as you can see, Nongshim are winning the game. Gideon, win becomes lightning, but Nexus becomes exploded. And Nongshim are going to pick up the 2-0 over BNK FearX. What an incredible performance. Finally, I say. Well, Jiu is going to top the damage here. We can see, like, Clear actually had an okay time against King in the lane, but it just really felt like he was never able to really do anything at all. Raptor gave it his best shot, but I felt like compositionally it was a masterstroke from Nongshim, and BNK not really able to give Diablo anything that he could actually do. So you can see he dropped off a cliff as far as gold was concerned, and clean 2-0, nothing to see here from Nongshim.
Yeah, 2 sub-30-minute games. No surprise Lehens get it.
The most obvious. This was the Lehens, as we mentioned, that felt like giving an interview today.
Yeah, I imagine it will likely be unanimous as well.
I would hope so.
I think there were a lot of players who had a great time in Game 2 there with him, but with his performance in Game 1, it's just like it has to be him. Like, he was the best player both games.
Yep, he is just him. That is how it goes. And he's also one of the greatest interviews that we have here in the LCK as well, full of charisma, so I'm excited that we do get to have a chat to him at the same time. One of the biggest moves, you could say, from the Stove League, from the offseason, was Kingen and Lehens, two of these huge veteran names, going over to Nongshim, which was known as the sort of rookie team here in the LCK.
Yeah, I just really excited to see Lehens too on a roster that I think isn't as high caliber as some of the ones he's been on last time. Let's see what he can accomplish with a team like this. I'd love to see it.
Yep, and I'd love to hear from him as well. So now it is time to throw it over to the interview. Take it away, dear.
Thank you very much, guys. This is here for the POM interview translation, joined by Lehens on the side of Nongshim Redforce. Congratulations! Thank you.
그룹 배틀 마지막 경기를 마치신 소감 어떠신가요?
You just got out of your last group battle match. How do you feel?
이겨서 너무 다행이고요.
I really wanted to finish strong with a victory, and I'm very relieved that we're able to do that. And I didn't really think that it was a clean match, but I think I would say I'm pretty satisfied.
엄청난 기록이 또 나왔습니다.
And we got a new record on the last day of group battle match, which was our very first support POM today. How do you feel?
여기 와주신 팬분들 덕분에 할 수 있었던 것
You know,
같아서
the reason I was able to even get a POM today is because of all the fans that have paid us a visit today. So thank you. I would like to return the favor and say thank you to everyone. And it's no surprise that you're a good Elise support player, but your Game 1 Elise play was almost like Spider-Man. And even during the draft, you took Elise quickly. So do you think Elise belongs to the top of the tier list? Yeah, a lot of supports actually do favor playing Elise, and I think I have been one of those players that have been playing Elise support from a very long time ago. So yes, I do believe that Elise is great. And yeah. So did you want to go ahead and was it your decision to go with Elise? Yeah, I think I really did appeal to the team, and I wanted to be vocal about playing Elise today. And in Game 2, Cloud Templar, the Shen enjoyer, was so excited about your Shen support. So can you walk us through the Shen pick? You know, I'm really glad that I was able to show you give you a good show, Cloud Templar. Thank you for your support. And anything you would like to say to BNK FearX, since they were able to advance to the play-ins. You know, maybe you guys should treat us, take us out to dinner sometime. And you know, I hope that we all can be successful. And now, OK Savings Bank Brian will be your first opponent in the play-in stage. So please share your resolution. So we just have to climb up from where we are right now. So I hope that we become an even cooler and an amazing team over time. And that's the end of the interview with Lehens. Please stay tuned for the super hyped episode 2 of LOLmens, and now throwing it back to the space. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear. I'm super hyped after that translation, as welcome back to the space. It's a clean 2-0 for the Noodle Boys. Nothing to see here as they take care of business, moving into the play-in stage. Digon alongside Mr. Daniel Ox Harrison and the Valdanalist here, Brendan Valdez.
That is my name, alongside of the Danalist. Dan, you had something you want to say?
No, I just wanted to talk about, we had the POM, Lehens, pretty good.
I see, okay.
Yeah. I think very deserving, and I think ultimately, when we have Lehens, wow, everyone's
What?
deserving.
What?
When we have Lehens playing pig out there, it's
I mean,
pretty hype.
He did play Xayah pretty well in game 1, and then he was an absolute passenger in game 2. I don't know. He
was
should
a good
have
passenger.
been on the Lehen's hype train, I think.
We need a comment
Kinda
from
messed
John
up.
Strong right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen. We're freaking out. I was just kidding. Production. All right, let's get to our comments though. Oh,
Lashen stiff. Very good.
very good.